Hi guys. So a lot of people have questions on which bank they should go with. So I'm here today to help you answer that question. And you really want to keep four things in mind when you're deciding which bank to go with. And I will give a recommendation of which bank I use at the end of this video. So the first thing, or the three things are the yield, which is the interest rate, the fees associated with, the second one is the fees associated with the account, the third one is the ATM network, and the fourth one is the bill pay features. So the first one, the yield associated with the account, it used to be that a lot of bank accounts would give you an interest rate on the checking account as well as the savings account. But nowadays, after the recession, there's not a whole lot of banks that offer interest rates on checking accounts, but there are some that still exist. So if you even get a small interest rate on your checking account, look into that further. And if you're getting a really high interest rate on a savings account, that's something to keep in mind also. So really those are the two defining factors of why someone will choose one bank over another. But there's other stuff you should consider as well, such as the ATM network. How difficult is it for you to get your money when you need it? Do you have to drive way out of the way to get to an ATM? Or do you rely on cash back? And what about those times when everything's closed, when you need to drive to an ATM? How is their ATM network, and what is the availability of it? So that's something to consider also. The fourth one was the bill pay feature. How easy is the bill pay feature to use? Does it have any benefits of using of ease of action when using the bill pay feature? Or is it really difficult? And you might get. I had an issue one time where my bills kept coming back to me, and I'm like, why is this happening? A lot of banks will have you type in the merchant's name, and they'll auto populate. They'll auto populate all the billing information, so you won't have to search for it and type it in manually, because a lot of mistakes can happen when you type stuff in manually. So it's actually a really big, but it looks small benefit to if they have that search feature for searching for your merchant, popular ones such as your cable company or your power company or your water company, stuff like that. So if they have that feature, that's great. So going back to the first one, going to my recommendation of what I use, I actually use Ally Bank. It's an internet bank, and in conjunction with Chase Bank, which is the brick and mortar bank. Or why it's considered a brick and mortar is because they actually have bricks and the mortar that they put to put the bricks together, and it's an actual location of the bank, somewhere that you can walk into. Those are called brick and mortar banks or brick and mortar locations, opposed to fully online businesses. So why you need a brick and mortar bank is basically for the sole reason of being able to deposit cash. The only way you can deposit cash through Ally Bank is by mailing in your cash, and you kind of don't want to do that. So that's really the only reason I have my Chase account. And why I chose Chase is they were able to waive all the fees. They also had other features if I ever needed it, like a safe deposit box and things like that. I like their hours, and mostly because they were able to waive the fee. I don't use the account too much. I do keep whatever minimums I need to keep the account free. I don't like banks that require a minimum required, but if they can waive it with something like direct deposit or a certain amount of transactions or swipes a month with the debit card or something like that, that would kind of, I'd be interested in that. So the reason I use Ally Bank is because, first of all, what we talked about first was the interest rate. So the interest rate you're getting on Ally is significantly higher than any interest rate you're going to get at a bank. So where a bank will pay you sometimes 0.04% or something like that. So that's really kind of small. Ally will give you that small interest rate on their checking account. So you're actually making money on their checking account, or not on their checking account, but on your money in your checking account with them, that a normal bank would give you that on their savings account. So the savings account balance is really kind of the interesting part. They'll give you a very, very high interest rate, anywhere between 1% and 2% on the money that you put in your savings account, which that can add up. If I know some people have kind of large liquids, the amount that they keep large in liquid savings, and that 1 or 2% can make a difference. And also, why not? If your money is, you want to make your money work for you, and you also want to work smart, as smart as possible. So having an interest rate that, you know, it's free, the bank is free, the interest rate is just money. You don't have to do anything. It's very passive income. Even though it's not a lot, it still makes a difference. So the third thing, the ATM network, and why I like Ally and Chase. I do keep a certain amount in Chase. Again, I get the direct deposit to waive the fee. And I don't have any minimums required, but I do like to leave some in there just for the availability of their ATM network. And Ally Bank has a great ATM network. They have anywhere you see the Allpoint logo, it's a green logo in all capital letters, I believe. Anywhere you see that logo, you can use the ATM for free. So what I mean by that is they will reimburse you. Right now it's $10 a month. So you can use ATMs and get reimbursed, or any fee that the ATM charges you that's adds up to $10. So if the fee is $2.50, their ATM fee, not the bank side, their ATM fee is, if it's $2.50, you can take out money 4 times, and they'll reimburse you that money in the form of a refund on your statement. And I believe it happens at the end of each month, so you don't have to wait too long for it. So they actually do not charge you a fee. So you only have to pay the $2.50 anytime you go above the 4 transactions, and that's in today, April 2nd, 2019. The fourth thing is the bill pay. I really like Ally's bill pay because they have something called Flex Pay, and Flex Pay enables you to pay a bill right when the billing cycle closes. So not by the due date, but actually when the billing cycle closes. So for instance, let's say that you used energy or something, or your power bill from March 1st to March 31st, and the billing closes on the 31st. So for that time period, the earliest you can pay the bill would be April 1st. So you can set it up in Ally for all of this to happen automatically, where you can pay the bill on the 1st, and it happens automatically also. Well, they'll know how much to pay them, because you will link your energy account with your Ally account. It'll just ask you to log in really quick, and it'll communicate with that merchant for all that information that it needs to pay the bill. So you can do that with most of your utilities, and for everything else where you need to write a paper check, you can set it up you can set them up as a person and send them a check that way. So if, for instance, if you have a monthly maintenance fee on your house or condo or townhouse that you need to pay, you can set them up as a person if they're not listed as one of the merchants, and you can set up a recurring payment. So their recurring payments were a lot easier to use than Chase's, believe it or not, and their FlexPay feature made it really nice to use the bank. And also, my credit score went up significantly when I used the FlexPay option, because if you pay your bills earlier or ahead of time, or even before the billing cycle even closes, or every time you make a purchase, you make a payment on your credit card, it actually boosts your credit score up, and it happens pretty quickly. Within a month or two, you'll see maybe 20 points. So if you're at 700, it might go up to 720 or even 730. So I hope this video helped you, and if you have any questions about which bank to go with, please let me know, and also write down in the comments below which bank you bank with and why. Thanks. Bye.